In this video, I'm going to talk about why empires fall, why businesses fail, and how you can prevent that from happening to you and your business. I'm going to be using the Roman Empire as a case study here to show you exactly how the same principles apply to business as well. Because at the end of the day, a country is a business, an empire is a business, and a business is an empire. So let's get straight into it. My name is Jeremy. If you're new to the channel, I help online coaches scale from like 5 to 30K a month to 50K and above. So if you want more info on that, check out the main video on my channel. I break that all down, but let's get straight into it. So there is a cycle that goes as such. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times, and so on and so forth. And the cycle continues. Now, if we study what happened with the Roman Empire, we can apply those same principles to business so that we can avoid our business falling into the bottom two stages right here. Because ideally we want to get to this point where we have good times, but we want to stay there, right? We want to stay strong, we want to stay hard, and we want to continue to have a lot of good times. We don't want to fall into the decline that happens to nearly everybody. And this is why you see a lot of businesses that were thriving 20, 30, 40 years ago that aren't around today. They're going bankrupt. Their stock price is just tanked. And even in like the online coaching space, you see a lot of coaches, a lot of business coaches, for example, that just teach organic marketing and stop really caring about their clients. They make a lot of money, they have really good times, but then they fall off the face of the planet because their clients hate them and everything like that. And I'll get into that too. I've got an example of how that literally applies to the online coaching business as well. So let me explain the Roman Empire. What happened at the start? They were just colonies of tiny little like villages and like tribes of men. They were very intolerant. They were hard. They were strong. They had a very strong collective moral value and like religious belief system that they all subscribed to. And this brought them all together, right? It created camaraderie, morale, and all of that. And they had the same moral compass. So they knew, they were able to tell what was right and what was wrong. They were in a phase of building. They were raiding lots, right? They're killing lots of people, stealing their land, stealing everything else. And life was good. They're on the uphill, right? They're on the upwards trajectory. What this did, because they were just like a whole bunch of different little tribes of like barbarians, because that's what kind of happened at the end. But that's what they were, right? They were taking a stand to like oppression and stuff like that. And they're like, no, life should be better. It can be better. And we're going to make it better. This led to expansion, growth, prosperity, abundance, dominance, health, wealth, like they had never seen before. They started to take new territories, continue to expand and grow and build the empire and the wealth behind it as well, right? Their religion, the Roman Catholic religion, really started to boom and take off, and they're spreading it all across the world. This time right here, it lasted for a long time, but what that did, because the times were so good, they no longer felt the need to put themselves through the hard times, through the hardship, the challenges, and the grind. They're like, oh, we grinded for so long to build this. Let's enjoy it a little bit. A lot of coaches tend to do this too. A lot of business owners tend to do this as well. So anyways, they're enjoying the spoils of war. But what this did is it turned the men weak. And when the men go weak, the empire falls. Here's what I mean. They started to lose sight of and kind of stray away from their collective religion. They started to really just bask in like degeneracy. They started to lose like their value system, their morals. They started to become very hedonistic and just very short-term gratification focused. So what this means is they started to party a lot, drink a lot, enjoy the other gender's presence a lot, and they started to stray away from exactly the behavior that created those good times that they are now enjoying. And guess what? Our inputs determine our outputs. So when your inputs no longer are the things that they need to be in order to actually build and sustain the thing that you want, then the outputs that you get start to decline as well. The lower the quality of your inputs and the lower the volume of your inputs, the lower the quality and the volume of the outputs as well. That's exactly what happened here. That created a lot of weak men that were just they were soft, they were weak. And that's exactly what's going on in today's society, right? With porn, alcohol, sex, like casual sex, all the stuff. Like religion's falling. Nobody really is strong with their faith anymore. And it's very, very easy to see that we're in this phase heading into this one right now, at least in the West, right? And that's where I live, so it's very apparent to me. What happens here is this leads to the fall of the empire. This is exactly what happened to the Romans, right? They got too big and then they started to get soft. They stopped doing the things that got them to where they were at. And as a result, this led to loss of territory, losing their battles, empire started shrinking. Then inside the empire, that started to lead to a lot of poverty, crime, illness, death. And then all of a sudden the Roman Empire fell and it was no more. The barbarians took over and they went from a stage of expansion to contraction. They kind of fell off the face of the earth. And this happens with pretty much every empire and society as well. And history repeats itself and the same cycle continues to happen over and over and over, right? So how does this relate to business and your online coaching business? Let me explain. So same kind of thing. When we're first starting out our business, we start in the grind phase. For me, this is the fun part. You're working long hours. You're working really hard. You're doing a hell of a lot. You got nothing to show for it. Like when I first started my agency a few years ago, an advertising agency working with mortgage brokers, building funnels, running ads, all that fun stuff. I literally for like 5 months straight, I was sending cold DMs, cold emails, cold calling, and I was working a lot. I was stuck in the organic grind. And that's where most coaches are right now that are kind of stuck at like 5 to 20K a month. You can get there by doing that, but like to get to the harvest where you actually have insane results, your clients' results are crushing it. You actually have to you get to do less work. Business is booming, life is good. Like the key, the jump from the grind to the harvest is like an actual predictable system to get new clients that doesn't involve you anymore. That's exactly what I do and what I help my clients do. So go check out the main video on my channel if you want to learn more about that. I break the whole thing down. But you go from the grind, and this is where your work ethic is really built. This is where you build a lot of calloused skin and just a really hard mentality, because this is where you're like rolling up your sleeves, getting your hands dirty and just getting scrappy with it. You're doing the things that are required of you no matter how you feel, right? You're very disciplined, you're very consistent, you're very focused. When we get to the harvest and life is good, we start seeing a lot of results, start to hit our goals. Guess what? Because life's so good, that actually creates a lot of weak entrepreneurs. Because we're so comfortable, we start to reap the rewards. We start to kind of fall off. We stop doing the things that we need to do. We stop showing up every single day, working as hard, working as long, right? We get comfort. Now we're hitting our goals. We're making the kind of money we want to be making. Life is good. We can do whatever we want. We can go to Europe for a month. We start to get a little complacent, start to coast. And as a result, we drop our standards, and your standards determine your outcome. Your standards and your inputs, and your standards of your inputs determine the outputs and the outcomes that you get and the results that you get in life and business. So by dropping our standards, maybe we're no longer tracking our KPIs like we should be. Maybe we're no longer putting out as much content at the right quality that we should be. Maybe we are not showing up on sales calls that we should be. Maybe we're not showing up and improving our product to help our clients get better results like we should be. And we stop improving the product. We stop kind of just like doing the things that got us the great results. We're not having as many conversations, and we're not getting as much attention. Maybe we stop spending money on ads, or we stop scaling our ad spend too. So then we just kind of plateau. The harvest creates the weak entrepreneur, the weak coach, the one who gets to 20 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K a month, even 100K a month. I've seen this happen a lot. They hit their goals. They're making the money they wanted to be making. And then that's when shit hits the fan and they start to fall. That's where the fall of the empire begins, because they're putting in less work, getting less results in their own business, less results for their clients. They're making less money, getting less attention, spending less money on ads, because now they start to fall from an abundance mindset up here, because they stop doing the things that led to the abundance. They fall right back into a scarcity mindset, start to batten down the hatches. Oh, let's turn off our ads because it's scary to see the money going out. Whereas in reality, you need to, when times are tough, you gotta spend more, because that's the thing that's gonna fix it and turn it around. The same kind of thing applies in like fitness, for example. You grind, you build your foundation, you start to look good. And once you start to look good, you're like, oh, I deserve a cheat meal. Oh, I can skip tomorrow's workout and sleep in a little bit, right? Oh, I can get wasted on the weekend with some buddies. And then all of a sudden, you lost all the progress that you made, and you got a gut again, or you can't see your abs anymore. And then you got to grind again, and you're stuck in this constant cycle, right? And it's exactly like this. When you were first starting out, you're savage, right? You're putting in that work, you're grinding hard, and then you start to get results, you start to see the results. You're like, let's go, life is good. And then because life's so good, you get complacent, feel like you deserve it, you earned it, you earned some time off, and then all of a sudden you slip right back to where you were when you started. And it's the exact same thing with business. That's why you see a lot of coaches fall off the face of the earth after a few years, because they get to the harvest and then they become weak. They lose focus, they drop their standards, and then because they drop their standards, their business starts to fail, their clients get less results, word of mouth destroys them in the long term, because people talk, right? It's a small world, especially in this space, and people talk about the results that you get or the lack of. And that happens a lot. and a lot more than you'd know it. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you like the style too, where we use universal principles and apply it to business as well, because this has helped me build the foundation that I built. And right now, like, I'm starting to enter like a season of good times, right? So I have to be very, very careful, and every single day I have to make sure that I keep doing the things that got me here that are going to lead to better and better and better times without getting soft. I don't want to get weak. I don't want to get soft, because I know that when I do, business is going to crumble. The empire is going to fall. My clients aren't going to get served the way that they deserve to. And I'm not going to let that happen. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you actually want to build the system that I use, that I help my clients build to scale your coaching business and start hitting record months, then go check out the main video on my channel. Aside from that, if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, you should go do that. Jeremy_Pogue. Post stories literally every day, and really, really valuable reels that aren't really on here. So it's a great place to get to know me. If you got any questions about the program, whatever, shoot me a DM. Happy to chat. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.